Today we'll be taking a look at Roger Williams University Providence campus, and we will be looking, they are hosting the reentry fair for the state of Rhode Island. Okay. Here we are at the Roger Williams Open Doors Job Fair, and I have to thank Justin and Nick for putting this together. They are they have been instrumental in coordinating and the outreach, and on behalf of the Rhode Island Department of Corrections and everyone who's looking for a job, we want to thank you so much. If you could both maybe start with you, Justin, first give a little overview of what we're going to be seeing today. Absolutely. And then we'll start with Nick. Thank you.
Thank you. So good morning. Once again, my name is Justin Thomas. I'm an academic placement specialist here at Roger Williams University, and I actually work inside of the Rhode Island Department of Corrections with incarcerated men and women who are attaining educational degrees, certificates, etc., etc. And a lot of them ask me quite often, is this going to matter? Is this a waste of time? And I say, absolutely, it is not a waste of time. You are giving yourself something that will be able to, you are strengthening your iron, so later on you'll have more opportunities. And this fair chance job fair is exactly that. There are all employers who are willing to hire individuals with criminal records and give them an opportunity at a career and a new life.
Thank you. Nick?
Thanks, Justin. My name is Nick Kudis. I'm the Resource Center Program Manager, and I manage the employment programs for an organization called Open Doors of Rhode Island. We're located in Silver Lake and Providence, and I've worked in reentry workforce development programs for years, for about 7 years now. And I think that this job fair is, in part, it's a response to the needs of our job seekers, but it's also a response to a big gap in the market in terms of being able to fill the positions that our employers in Rhode Island need to fill. I think that employers are open to hiring and looking at people's backgrounds in a different way than they were in the past, and I think to have an event like this that takes the stigma out by taking the worry about how an employer is going to view my BCI and taking that off the table. It opens up people to be a lot more comfortable, to be open to talk about what's going on with them, to talk about what they're interested in, without that baggage, that fear, and that anxiety lurking in the background. People don't go to job fairs because they're worried about how their BCI is going to get looked at. People avoid events like this, and we think that by changing the math that goes into it, that we can change the outcome. And we've seen a lot of really, really hugely impactful stuff in our second job fair, the first one that we did here at Roger Williams. I think we had 6 folks get hired on the spot. I was just talking to Fettle, one of our featured employers, and they hired 6 people here from the previous job fair here. And again, all justice involved in formerly incarcerated Rhode Islanders. So we think that we can have a huge impact by bringing down the temperature, bringing down the anxiety, reducing the stigma, and showing our employers that the employees that they're looking for might be right in front of them, and showing our justice-involved job seekers that great job they're looking for might just be right nearby.
I want to thank you both, gentlemen, and maybe down the road we might even be able to consider maybe actually having a job fair, maybe at the minimum security facility, maybe one of the other facilities. I was actually speaking with the gentleman at the Department of Labor and Training, Michael, and he's a liaison between businesses and outreach, and he says he'll be willing to work with you gentlemen and work with the department to maybe make that a reality sometime as well.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
It's really exciting to be a part of this kind of change.
Definitely.
It is. Thank you so much. And as we can see, even our own society, we have presidents who might have checkered past. All of us have checkered past. None of us are perfect. I tell my students, he was without sin, throw the first stone. We all need to have a second chance put in our lives. And I'm so glad that both of you gentlemen have created this venue to help outreach to these men and women in need. Thank you, and God bless you both.
Thanks, Al.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. We're going to be doing a brief interview of all of the different vendors at the Roger Williams Job Fair. We're going to start out with the Department of Labor and Training. And we have 2 of the employees here, Mr. John Carnival and
Michael Kuna.
So some of the programs that they do have available here from my history of dealing with them is they have an ETPL program, which is an Educational Training Provider List, where you can get up to $15,000 plus Pell Grant eligible to learn a bunch of trades such as CDL, auto body repair, CNC, multitude if you want to be a CNA. They also provide you with temporary agencies, employment agencies, and listings of those. They provide you with many job resources, how to do a resume. They also have fair chance hiring procedures where if you have a record or if you have maybe a checkered past, where you can go on Indeed and they will tell you how to navigate Indeed where companies will be willing to hire you. And they also have a list of employees which are available. So regardless of your record or past history, they are very forgiving and understanding. And they also provide you with the federal bonding program. Presently, the ETPL program, I was told right now the funding has been put on pause, but they'll be getting a call from yours truly, Dr. Alba, and I'll be reaching out to Senator Whitehouse and Senator Reed to see if we can get that reinstated, because myself, working in the criminal justice system for over 30 it'll be 35 years this November, I know the cost of incarceration, and it's not only a financial cost, it's a socio cost as well, as there are loved ones who are torn apart, and we want to keep families together. So, I would like, John, if you could please, I know you and your colleague, Yolanda Benavides, you guys visit the minimum security facility, and you outreach to many of my students, and I'm thankful, so thankful, and they're so thankful for all you do for them. And if you could please share what your capacity is and your outreach and some of the hurdles that you might have seen working with them, and also any additional services which I have not mentioned, that'll be very helpful.
Sure. Good morning, Doctor. So pleased to be here with the department here at the university. It's a great settings for the job fair today. The capacity is myself and my coworker Yolanda as we go in to the buildings. We work with job reentry as inmates are leaving the buildings, getting them reacclimated, as well as contacting them with other agencies such as SNAP and different things that they can get when they leave. So the big thing is when we're inside, we're actually working on resume building, interviewing skills, and hopefully eventually training programs for these individuals to go out and get good long-term employment at the end of the program. So we're very fortunate to be working with that. And as we know, due to economic times, there are always hurdles when these individuals do leave, but we do the best we can to mend those fences and hopefully get them on a positive forward step back into society. And that's pretty much what we're doing.
And could you explain to me your connection with Justice Assistance Program and what that's all about, please? Thank you.
My connection with the Justice Assistance, it's actually a volunteer program that Yolanda and I were asked to partake in through the department. So what we do is, as the Department of Labor and Training, we actually go in and actually meet with inmates in the buildings, in minimum security, in women's facilities, in medium security, and it's actually a joint meeting with the folks that are inside, as well as making a connection so they're coming and seeing us outside. So it's basically a seamless transition. So we will literally have folks that leave a facility on a Monday, and in many cases they're meeting with us one-on-one in an office on a Wednesday or Thursday. So it's trying to get that seamless right back to employment once they get everything at home setting, set with the family, set with income, and getting them back to work to a reasonable job as soon as possible.
So in regards to getting them an EBT card, et cetera, Social Security, so you might work with Justice Assistance as well in that capacity.
We work with all these other any sister agencies, brother agencies. We reach out to them. How can we assist this person?
And I am also told that you do have jobs available for those who might not have their GED, but might have life experiences which might qualify them for the jobs.
Absolutely. It's really looking at what we call transferable skills. How do those skills transferable from their years of work experience transfer out to a company that might say, I can use person A for this position.
And could you explain a little bit about the Real Jobs program too?
The Real Jobs program is also a separate program from the eligible training provider. That is a program where they also offer counseling, advising, and training to individuals who wish to go that route. And these are all programs that are available on the DLT website.
And you'll help them navigate that as well, correct?
And we help them step by step navigating whether they're computer skilled. I've had students come out with a bachelor's in computer science, and I've had students come out that are not computer skilled. And we go everyone top to bottom as best as we can assist.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Hi, Michael. I know that you work a lot with the businesses and whatnot, and as a liaison with DLT and businesses. So I was just wondering, this is obviously a wonderful venue we have over here, and I was wondering down the road if the wardens, the director of Rhode Island Department of Corrections, if they might be willing to have possibly a job fair actually at minimum security facility. Would you be receptive toward this and be able to maybe outreach and work with our department?
Absolutely. That's one of the things that I do and the other business service reps do. We set up job fairs, contact employers, help them with their recruiting, and I was involved in contacting some of the employers here and for the last Fair Chance Job Fair. And we could really do it two ways. I think the best would be if employers were allowed to go into the medium facility, and we could have a multiple employer job fairs, bringing employers right in, or we could also, in one of our network, our I office, the American Job Center, the one in Providence, has quite a big area where we could bring employers into the conference room, and I guess you could arrange for your clients to travel by bus, as they've done here, to go on site. So yeah, we're definitely open to that. We're open to any suggestions as far as how you'd like to set that up, and myself and my department would be happy to work with corrections on that.
Good. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, John. Thank you, Yolanda, for all you do for the students that we serve and the clients we serve. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
We're now going to be looking at the Jane Addams Resource Corporation in Rhode Island. It's located at 50 Sims Ave, Providence, Rhode Island. And they actually have the website located at www.jarcri.org. And this is a wonderful program. I was fortunate enough to be able to tour. And this is a full shop CNC training program. And the program coordinator is Libby Libera.
Libby Libera, yep.
Libby
I'm actually the
Libera.
program manager now.
She's a program manager. She got promoted. Congratulations. Well deserved. And they have right now money is available for training. And not only do they train you, but they also reach out to various employers. They reach out to various employers, and upon reaching out to the employers, they make sure that you can go out, have an interview with them, they'll interview you, there's a good fit. So it's like a perfect marriage. It's not a shotgun marriage, but it's a perfect marriage, and that's always a good thing, because if you don't enjoy the people you're working with, or if you don't enjoy your job, it could cause very high stress, and then all your training or education might be for naught. So that's a beautiful part of this program. And what also makes the resource program, the training, even additionally benefit, is they will work with you on if you need an EBT card, or if you have housing issues or whatever it might be, financial literacy programs. So it's a great program, and they have many successes. And here's a gentleman right there who works for them, and he's also a coordinator and outreach as well. So Libby, could you add a little bit to what I discussed?
I will, yeah. I'll give you some basics about our program. We're super proud of what we do here. I did want to make one correction too for our swag. You can actually find us at jarctraining.org now. We did switch over our website to make it more streamlined, so it's jarctraining.org. But our program, a little bit of details about it. It's a 20-week, 500-hour program. We teach CNC manufacturing. We help, as Dr. Alba said, we help with job placement assistance, financial coaching, employment coaching, training. We have our benefit support specialist who helps connect folks to anything that they might need for support in the program. We've had a number of success stories. You don't need a high school diploma or a GED for our program. You do need a 9th grade math level, but let's say you need a little help with your math. We offer up to 12 weeks of contextualized math for our Bridge program, which one of our graduates here actually went through our Bridge program and just got a job as a CNC machinist / calibration technician right over in Providence, Rhode Island too. What am I missing here? Oh, and that starting in January, we're actually starting our welding program in January. We'll start talking about that in our info sessions in the middle of November. So feel free to register for an info session at jarctraining.org.
And I can attest, when I visited, it is so family friendly that you feel like you're part of the family. It's such a wonderful and caring community, and to me that means so much. So could you give us a phone number again, please? The phone number?
You can contact us at 401-249-6467. That's actually my number, and I will be sure to get back to you. And again, you can sign up for a register for an information session at jarctraining.org, and our program coordinator will reach out to you as well.
Okay, thank you so much, Lydia. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Dr.
it.
Al.
Thank you. So we are going to now have an interview with the CEO of Doggone Air. I love that name. Perfect. Very creative and on point. So could you please introduce yourself and tell us a little about your program and what it has to offer? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for coming and joining in here. My name is Colleen. I'm the founder of Doggone Animal Assisted Interaction Center. We predominantly train assistance dogs. So that means service dogs, which service the needs of a person with a medical disability. And then we also do comfort, compassion, and therapy dogs. And what that means is they're trained to service the needs of others, the general public, which should be schools, nursing homes, hospitals. And as you know, mental health and other medical disabilities is a big challenge and need right now. So we there's about a 2-year wait list for service dogs. So we work together with a local rescue, and we take high quality rescue dogs coming in from Rhode Island, Louisiana, Tennessee, and we get them up here and we get them all medical vetted, and then we match them with applicants in need. So we need trainers. And one of the challenges when somebody has a disability is training them. It's hard to have PTSD and anxiety and train your own dog. So I'm looking for trainers that love dogs. It's okay you don't have any experience. If you have a need and you love dogs, we're creating a program. It's going to be a train-the-trainer program. Then you'll be able to come to school with us and learn how to be a dog trainer. There'll be different levels. At the end of the program, you'll be certified. That certification will tell the world that you have gone through a program, and if you choose to have your own business or maybe go to a different trainer, it will show that you've had the training. But my hope is that you'll want to come join our team, and then we'll have you train dogs for us. Predominantly it would be service dogs, and we'll be taking these dogs I mentioned earlier, and you would become basically a puppy raiser and a trainer. So we would give you the dog, you would know ahead of time what the service is going to be needed for, so maybe it's autism, PTSD, hearing, what it is, you would know. And so you would take the dog, we would match you, and you'd have everything that you need. And then you would raise that puppy, you would come to school with the puppy, you would go out to the general public with the dog. And then when the dog's ready to graduate, whether it's 6 months or 18 months, you would transition the dog over to the handler. And then hopefully the cycle would start again and you'd get your next puppy. And I just wanted to introduce you to Heidi. She's one of our trainers.
Hi, Heidi.
She has a pup here right now.
This is Sunny Biscuit.
Hi, Sunny Biscuit. Beautiful dog.
He is kind of doing what she's doing, what I envisioned to do for the opportunity. She is a puppy raiser / handler, and he's going to Bermuda in a couple of weeks to work for a kiddo with autism. And this is Heidi. This is Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
And Rosie.
We would have placed it.
Hi, Stacy.
That's Rosie.
Hi, Rosie.
And so Stacy was a former student, has become an apprentice trainer. And so again, same type of program opportunity I hope to offer all of you. My vision is to be able to work with the Department of Labor and Training as a vendor. So there would be no cost to you to be able to learn how to train the trainer program. But I would encourage anybody that's watching this, if you're interested, I don't want costs to discourage you because I will always work with you to be able to have this opportunity for you. I have an office in Situate, and I have the training academy is in Johnston. We also have a little canine cafe in Situate, so if any of you are interested in the retail end, we can talk about that too. The best way to reach us is on social media. You can send an email, it's at @dogonitri, or you can text us at 401-543-4357, or email is dogonitri@yahoo.com. And I look forward to meeting you all and working with you and changing people's lives one call at a time.
Thank you very, very much, and I appreciate it. And the services provided, as it reads here, from puppies to adult basic and advanced obedience training programs. Learn how you and your dog can be comfort, therapy, handler team. Train your own companion, emotional support, and service dog. Animal humane education, classroom demonstrations, professional development, grief and trauma on-site report, animal visits, pet matching, adoption, canine fitness and wellness, Reiki energy healing sessions, in-house comfort, compassion, therapy dog, grief, trauma, and medical needs. So that's a beautiful thing. So I want to thank you both for your time. Thank you for allowing me to videotape you, and God bless you all for your services. Thank you. Bye-bye. So I'd like to introduce David. He is account manager for city personnel. He is a recruitment agency, and he's going to discuss a little bit about the program which he has to offer, and discuss his program and any other facts that he'd like to share with us. Thank
Absolutely.
you.
So City Personnel, we're an employment agency local to Providence. We work with companies that are local to Rhode Island and Massachusetts to hire for a bunch of different jobs, whether it's in customer service, legal, manufacturing, in the warehouse, medical, so it does vary. We do work with people that have prior history. Even if we can't find them a job, we can always point them in the right direction where we can provide additional resources with other local agencies that can help them build their resumes and get them in front of employers that are just looking for good workers. So definitely reach out to us or be in touch. We'd love to connect.
Is there any cost for someone who goes to you?
No. The cost, there's no cost to any candidate that applies or works with us. Our services are free of charge to employees.
And where are you guys located, and the contact number?
We're right in Providence, Rhode Island on 235 Promenade Street. And our office number is 401-331-2311.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Appreciate it. We are now going to interview a representative from George's of Galilee, world-renowned for its fish, delicious restaurant, and not only seafood, but and basically any type of cuisine, even vegetarian. They have vegetarian or vegan Mondays, so they cater to everyone. And like I said, they are world-renowned. They won the Calamari Festival in 3 categories this year, and there are the trophies: the most spirited team, the most original calamari, and the best calamari. So we want to give Kevin and his entire team a big shout out, and now they're reaching out to find to explain about what jobs they have available and how they'll be willing to employ various individuals. So there you go. So,
hi, my name is Mike. I'm the operations manager at George's, and like Al has told you, we are a world-renowned seafood restaurant in Galilee, Rhode Island. We've been family-owned from day one. It's the same family that has nurtured and given back to the community all these years. And we continue that tradition and trend by hiring as many local people as we can from all walks of life with all different backgrounds and diversities and opportunities. You do not necessarily have to have a formal education to work at George's, although education is super important. We have a fabulous team in-house that teaches from the back of the house perspective, everything from dishwashing all the way up to fine culinary procedures, baking, how to handle and deal with seafood and other types of delicacies. On the front of the house, we've trained hundreds of bartenders and servers over the years, and now today we even have some of their kids that come back and work with us as well. We have year-round, part-time, and seasonal work available in all areas, so come on down and see us.
thank you very, very much, and I can attest myself, one of my first jobs was working at George's of Galilee for the wonderful Durfee family. So we have the greatest respect for all of the employees, the owners, and your entire staff, and thank you for giving us this delicious restaurant in Narragansett, Rhode Island. Beautiful Galilee. Thank you.
Thank you, Al.
Right now we're going to have an interview by one of the representatives of the Last Mile program, and it's a program which teaches computer programming, web design, actually inside the prison systems. It unlocks the human and economic potential of justice-impacted people through education and technology. So it's a wonderful program. We are a team of social innovators who are breaking the cycle of incarceration with technical education and training that champions student success after their release. So as many of these companies want to do, we want to break the cycle. They want to break the cycle. Employment is the single most important factor in reducing recidivism. Even just 30 days of employment can lower the recidivism rate by more than 50%. But low recidivism is just one measure of success. And there's a web training, web development design program. And this gentleman right now, Eric, is going to discuss a little bit about the program with us.
All right, so my name is Eric Hunter Petros. I'm one of the first Rhode Island cohort alumni for the Last Mile program. I was recently released from the ACI in Rhode Island. I did 7 years there. Before my release, I got into the Last Mile program, and it is a life-changing program. We are very pro second chance, fair chance hiring. I have a great alumni network that did discharge planning with me and everything. So we have a Slack where all our return citizen channel. I have an alumni coach. He helps me with furthering my education. We work with Columbia University Justice Through Code Bootcamp, which is free to all formerly incarcerated individuals. We also work with Code the Dream, which is also free for formerly incarcerated individuals. So right now we do MERN development, which is a full stack developer job. You learn all aspects of front-end and back-end web development with JavaScript, C++ programming languages. I'm also working on my bachelor's in cybersecurity, and it's all thanks to the Last Mile program. We are the first cohort here at the Rhode Island ACI at the John J. Moran Medium Security Building, and we are expanding. From what I understand, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and New York are also going to be coming on board this year.
Well, that's fantastic, and hopefully maybe if this reaches out to the wardens and supervisors, maybe we can even see if this is feasible for the minimum security facility as well, because programming and technology is the wave of the future, and your success, we admire you so much for all you've done and your high level of intelligence. And when I had to take my programming classes, forget it, my brain is not wired that way. So God bless you, and thank you for giving back and reaching out to men and women in need. And maybe this might even be viable at the women's facility as well.
Yes, I know Director Salisbury has been really pro into bringing in more courses. So from my understanding, they are going to be bringing it to women's and minimum as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate your testimony and your living proof of this. You're such a brilliant young man, and God bless you and your family. Thank you.
Go Last Mile.
We're now going to be interviewing Tracy DeFrance of the Rhode Island Hospitality Educational Foundation, and her program. What they do is they're a liaison and outreach. So if you're looking for jobs in hospitality, it could be not just cooking, right? It could be anything.
Nope.
It could be working in a hotel. It could be a maid. It could be working as a clerk inside the hotel, as in the reception area.
Yes.
So it's anyone who has a hotel, or if you want to work in the capacity of working inside of a hotel, they can reach out to you, and you might be able to help them out.
Absolutely, and it's even more than that, because within hospitality there are things like marketing, food service, delivery companies, liquor liability companies. There's way more to hospitality than just hotels and restaurants. So if you're in the market for anything in hospitality, feel free to reach out to me and I can help you make that right connection.
And what is your contact information? Where are you located?
So I am Rhode Island Hospitality Association. So we are located in Cranston. However, we represent all of Rhode Island. So my contact information would be Tracy, Traci, at rihospitality.org.
And your phone number?
401-223-1120.
And where is your address? Where's your location in Cranston?
So our location is in a good spot. It's in Twin Oaks parking lot. So we are right on 94 Sabre Street in Cranston, right off of Park Avenue.
Alrighty. And this is, you can reach out to people even who might have some not perfect backgrounds.
Absolutely. So that's why I'm the liaison, because I would make sure that we make that right connection so it's not frustrating.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Tracy, and thank you for all you're doing to bring people back into the workforce industry.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to be looking at the Open Doors program, and it's just a remarkable program where they literally, that's a beautiful name because they basically open the doors. We're going to have Lynn Fenner, who is going to discuss a little bit about our program. And what I was really impressed by is that they're willing to help hire individuals who might have records, and to me that's fantastic. If you've had issues with drug dependency or whatever it might be, they'll be willing to look into exploring different job options available through their program for you. A lot of my students told me that they would like to give back once they get released, working in the capacity as a social worker, a clinician, or a counselor. And I think it's wonderful that they'll be willing to hire people who are probably most expert in helping those in need. So, Lynn, could you please add?
Sure. Hi, my name is Lynn Fenner. I'm a case manager in the main office with Open Doors. Open Doors is a nonprofit in Rhode Island. This has been around for over 20 years. Open Doors focuses on prison reentry and helping those with current or previous criminal involvement get their lives back, basically. At minimum, we will help you get your vital documents, your ID, birth certificate, social security cards. These are things you need at least for a leg up. And then there's so much more to that. Open Doors has shelter beds, multiple shelters throughout the state. We also have warming centers and sober houses. All positions in those locations are hireable without a background check. So Open Doors, part of our mission is focusing on people with criminal barriers. And a big part of that is setting the example by hiring those with criminal barriers so that people can go on and have great opportunities. I myself am a person that has had previous criminal involvement, and Open Doors gave me the opportunity to get into social services and help others. And I continue to advocate for that today. I think what we do is great. We have not only an employment program in our sober houses, we also have sections of Section 8 housing. And that Section 8 housing does not exclude those with criminal barriers. I just think there's a lot of opportunities for Open Doors. We're one of the few organizations in the state that is focused on helping people with criminal barriers. And that doesn't get away in the services we provide. That is why we provide those services. It's something we've been passionate about from the director down from day one. And I hope you guys all reach out. The easiest way to reach out from inside is by dialing *9015. By dialing that number, you'll either get to me directly or Steve, our intake coordinator, who is wonderful and able to answer any questions you have or find the answers for you. I hope you all have a good time listening to this and really connect to the information I'm trying to provide.
Thank you, Lynn, and God bless you and your entire team for basically saving so many lives for people who are in need. And we're all in need, as I tell my students, regardless of who you are, how much wealth you have, how much success you have in life, we're all going to need someone to lean on someday. As the song goes, lean on me when you're not strong.
Thank you.
And thank you for having people we all can lean on and my students can lean on once they get out.
No problem. It's nice to do this. I do it because I'm passionate about it, and I hope that anyone that wants to be involved in social services finds a way in. Open Doors has a ton of entry-level positions to get the ball rolling. So reach reach out and connect with us.
Which is excellent. So if any of you want to go into drug counseling or some other type of counseling, they have employment opportunities available for you, possibly. So they'll obviously interview you, and if it's a great fit, you might be able to get hired by this wonderful organization. It'll be a wonderful way of giving back.
Star 9015.
Star 9015. Remember that number.
That's it.
Thank you so much, and thanks for being interviewed. God bless you. How are you, young lady?
Good, how are you?
Pretty smile. Feast in Fettle, huh?
Yes.
So can you give me a little bit of information about your program? Is this a, it says you get a complimentary weekly meal plan with your membership?
Yeah, so we are a gourmet meal home service delivery.
Okay.
So we deliver meals to our members. We cook our food in East Providence. We cook the food, we pack the food, we sort them out, and we deliver it. So we have all the drivers in-house, cooks, and all. If you work at Feast and Fettle, you also get membership to get the food weekly, so it's valued at $149.
So when you're working for your company, you're getting a food supplement?
Yeah.
That's a good deal. You
You
guys feed your employees, even when they're not.
Yes, because that's what we sell, right? We want our employees to taste the product to make sure it's good and
Okay, you
them
get,
as a member.
Yeah, you have them taste test your food, right? That's a good idea.
Yeah, so
It's a win-win situation.
and we're hiring different positions. We have pretty much a 24/7 operation. We have an overnight team. We have the day team.
And for someone, for example, do they have to have any kind of, do they need their GED? They say, for example, if someone's an outstanding cook naturally, would they be able to?
We provide training. We're actually working with the CRI to get our folks to get, the ones that want to get a GED, they can. We give out $1,000 a year towards educational funds. So if somebody's trying to, further their education, we can pay for that. Up to $1,000 a year. We train everybody, so that's not a problem. Yeah.
And are they in what? Is this a job involved a cooking capacity, or is this food sent like in Omaha Steaks where they have it packaged and they send it out?
Our meals are all already cooked, so the member just has to heat it up.
Okay, so for example, if I'm looking to apply for your job, what would be some of the functions that I might be able to do working for your company?
So you might be able to apply as a cook, right? Cooking the food, or a kitchen associate, which is portioning out the food and packing it and weighing them out. Fulfillment associate is getting the food that was already packed and sorting them into the orders that are going to go in those bags to our members. And then the drivers are going to deliver it.
Okay.
So we have all of that is done in-house. We like to promote from within. It's a startup. It started here in Rhode Island by 2 women. We like to promote our own people. We're still young, but we're growing fast. We have about 250 employees. We're expanding to New York. Even though we cook all the food here in East Providence, we ship to. We deliver it.
So what do? You freeze package it like Omaha Steaks does?
No, it's not frozen. It's fresh. So we cook the food the day before it goes out. We sort them out in the bags, and then our drivers deliver it to the members' doors.
But if it's in New York, you'll be opening up a satellite business in New York.
We have a fulfillment center in New York.
Oh, in New York.
So we cook it all in East Providence, send it in bulk. They sort it out in New York.
Okay.
And we also deliver to Maine, New Hampshire, Connecticut.
But if it's not frozen, how does it get there if it's perishable food, like to New York?
Because we're doing it the same day.
Wow, that was a fast drive. Did you airlift it or something?
And our food can last for up to 3 to 4 days, so we just cook everything to order, cook everything fresh, and then we deliver it ourselves.
Okay, wow. So do you have drivers that will drive, or truck? You hire truck drivers, CDL drivers or something?
We have 2 big trucks that kind of go to New York, or we have 2 retail stores too.
So you could be a truck driver and apply for your company too if you wanted to work as a distributor?
Yeah, that operation is still new. We only have 2, but we have about 30 to 40 vans that go all over New England.
Okay. And you provide full benefits, Blue Cross Blue Shield, to your full-time employees?
Yes, we have Cigna for health insurance. We provide the meal plan, the educational credit, and the wellness reimbursement, so up to $50 a month if you want to go like a co-pay for therapy or something. And I'm actually the social worker in-house, so people have access to a social worker.
So if someone didn't even have food safe certification, you'd be able to train them from scratch
Yeah, we can pay for their food service certification. We train them because it's a very unique operation, so it's not like people are going to have that experience.
Right,
it's very particular to Feast and Fettle. So we train folks. We're welcome to people just as involved. The social workers, so we talk a lot.
Right. So if someone has a criminal record, that doesn't preclude them from applying for your company.
We actually work. One of our employees right now is on an ankle bracelet. We work with them.
Okay.
We advocate and we try.
Oh, that's outstanding. So if anyone has great. So if people want to contact you, could you give me their contact information if they wanted to apply for a job?
Yeah, just go on Feast and Fettle. We have our website or Indeed. We post all our positions on Indeed.
Okay.
Just Google Feast and Fettle.
And that's where you're located at 881 Waterman Avenue, East Providence?
Yes, 881 Waterman.
So that's where people will go to?
Yeah, that's our headquarters.
That's where people will work?
There, drivers, everybody, we work out of there.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.
No problem.
How are you, young lady?
Good.
So I see you're represented for the Ocean State Job Lot.
Yes.
I love going to that store. I even get my crazy deals.
Yes, absolutely.
So, could you tell me about job opportunities available for individuals? What educational background they might require? Do they need their GED or not their GED?
So we've got positions in our corporate office, our distribution center, and our warehouse in North Kingstown. We've got positions with varying requirements, but for our warehouse and some of our entry-level store positions, no experience is required.
How about GED?
It's not required.
Okay.
Nope.
And how about if someone has a, not the most stellar background where they've been involved with maybe some kind of criminal investigation, they served their time.
Sure.
Maybe it was a B&E, who knows, maybe they're selling marijuana at one time, I don't know.
Okay.
But does that preclude them from applying? Or do you have a kind of forgiveness program?
Yeah, so we do background check all of our associates.
So you have a BCI?
Yep, but they're all reviewed by our team and then, evaluated on a case-by-case basis. So the candidate will have the opportunity to discuss their background check with our team, and, we would potentially move forward depending on what it is at that point. So we encourage everyone to apply.
Excellent. And I guess the pay obviously is going to, from probably someone who's just starting out as a cashier, maybe something like this here, to maybe upper management. Obviously, that's gonna. But if someone's a full-time employee, say for example, he or she is working maybe forklift operator, something to this effect, or not one of the highly skilled. For your full-time employees, do you provide health insurance benefits with them?
Yep, medical, dental, vision. We've got 401k, paid time off, lots of great benefits.
Wow, so all of your full-time employees get that?
Yep.
Regardless of their...
Yes, yep.
So it's...
Yes, yep.
Oh, okay, that's excellent.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to thank you. And if they wanted to contact or apply for a job, do you have information that we can share with them?
Yeah, absolutely. I can give you a folder with all the different flyers as well as my business card. Everything is on our website. You can filter by location, opportunity, depending on what you're looking for. And for Rhode Island, the salary ranges are also on the posting.
Oh, excellent. So you have in postings, you have the job descriptions, the postings.
Yep.
And, okay. And I know you have centers throughout the state of Rhode Island, so you probably, based on where someone lives, obviously you want, if you ideally close, but that's not always feasible. But
sure, yeah.
But do you have a central warehouse area too, like Amazon?
North Kingstown is where our corporate office and distribution center.
Oh, okay. So if someone's a forklift operator, they might be able to go over there and, be able to, move the pallets and whatnot around, etc.
Absolutely, yep.
All right.
Lots of different positions.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
How are you, young lady?
Good, how are you?
Good. I'm going to just audio taping to do a virtual tour for people who might want to see the valuable resources which you offer in the state of Rhode Island for those people who are in need, educational programming and training. And I see your program involves, it's a 12-week entrepreneurship series program offered once a year, consisting of 2 classes per week, 90 minutes, legal, business structure, business management, finance, marketing. At the end of the series, participants can participate in a pitch contest with the opportunity to win up to $1,500 towards their business. Wow. We also offer resume support and career mentorship and connect folks with available free and low-cost workforce training based on their interests. This reminds me a little like the SCORE program.
Okay.
Have you heard of that? The SCORE program in the state of Rhode Island. Okay. But the SCORE program is a business partnership program consisting of volunteers where if someone wants to open up their own business or get funding for business or learn about how to create a business plan, they will contact the SCORE representatives. They will be assigned a mentor, and they would work with them. So it would be like something that maybe you guys can work together. Actually, they might be able to benefit from connecting with you, and you might be able to connect with them.
Awesome, yeah.
So
Are they here today?
SCORE, I don't know if SCORE is here or not, but this is going on video, and this will be presented to the coordinators of this program, so maybe next time they will invite them as well.
Awesome.
So, but is this income based, or can anyone apply for this, or how does this work now?
It is for justice impacted, low income, and people of color.
Oh, people of color. So if you're Caucasian, you won't qualify?
If you're low income.
Oh, if you're low income. Okay,
yeah,
so
if you're low income or justice impacted or person of color.
Okay. So if you're a person of color, you don't have to, it's not income based. You could still qualify.
It's not income based if you're a person of color.
Oh, okay.
We'll let you in. We have 50 right now. We have enough space in our programs that we haven't had to turn people away. In the future, if we are like our registration is full, then we might narrow it down. We started off for just formerly incarcerated people, and that was. Am I supposed to be looking at the screen?
It's okay. Yeah, you're looking beautiful. So just keep going.
But it used to be our program used to be focused on just formerly incarcerated folks, and we were just finding that we didn't have enough participants, and so we opened it up more broadly. But that's definitely our priority.
And what's the income base? So what's the minimum income that one can up to? What's the maximum income one can make before they can?
Right now, we are letting people self-select of if they consider themselves low income, because of course it depends on their family situation and a number of other factors. So we're not just basing it on salary; we're basing it on the other barriers that folks might be facing that are impacting their income. So
Okay.
we just let people self-select.
Sure. So I mean, you could basically be making $25,000-$30,000 a year, but if you got 5 kids, you're still in poverty, right?
Exactly.
I mean, you could even make $40,000 a year, and you have 5 or 6 kids, plus you're still living in poverty, right? So
yeah, I read yesterday that you have to make $55 an hour to be able to afford a house.
$55 an hour to afford a house in Rhode Island.
And across the country on average.
And that's not even having children, probably.
That's not even having children.
So if you have kids, forget it. But you'd be able to reach out to all these people. And where are you based out of?
We're based out of Providence.
Providence?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if someone wanted to contact you, they have to travel to Providence to go to your office and speak with you?
No, they could just call. They could just go to our website, www.roots, the number 2, empower, EMPOWER.org. And my contact information is on there. I also have my business card here, but this is our website right here, and it's on the business card, so folks can reach out virtually, and we can set up a phone call or a Zoom meeting, or we could be in person as well.
And how about the training classes? Where are those located?
The training classes are virtual, so that way folks...
Oh, they're virtual. So that's really nice. So someone's working, has children, and they want to learn about financing and budget, right? Which is important. Business management. How to make sure they don't spend over their income limit, etc. How to save monies.
Exactly, and we find it's people need to have a source of income, right, before they can sometimes have the ability to start a business because of the startup costs and everything. But what's great is folks can be if folks find themselves underemployed, then it's a great way to start building their business on a part-time basis and eventually be able to move towards entrepreneurship as their full-time.
Sure. Like, for example, I have some students who might be great painters, or they do a great job in the, as janitors, maintenance. If they open up their own janitorial business, their own cleaning company, their own painting company, you might be able to give them that bridge.
Right, even if it's just on the weekends, I know a lot of people who are, doing housekeeping work on the weekends, or like you said, painting, landscaping, and it's a side gig, even if it's just for people in your network.
Right.
Well, if you get a brand and whether it's like you start a Facebook page or a website and you start promoting that, then slowly you can start moving towards business ownership.
Right. And then you're going to make more money. Sure. And then you tell them how to file a Schedule C, how to SEP, Simplified Employee Pension Plan, how to basically record all their expenses, income expense ledger sheets, etc.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to deduct their expenses from their income. And
Exactly.
wow, yeah. So I would encourage your program to reach out to the SCORE program too, and vice versa. I can reach out to the SCORE program and have them reach out to you.
That would be great.
And maybe you guys can make a nice bridge. That'd be great.
That would be great.
Thank you.
We always need more resources to support people, so that would be great.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so you are Victor, huh?
Sure am, yeah.
Empowering Individual Recovery, 110 Elmwood Avenue, Providence.
Yeah,
Okay.
empowering individualized recovery, that's Victor's mission. So we're here for two reasons. One, we're always looking for clients. We're a medication-assisted treatment center, a full range of medications from methadone to Suboxone, but also Vivitrol, Sublocade, the injectables for folks that are looking for different forms of treatment that other organizations may not be providing in Rhode Island. We also provide mental health counseling, substance use counseling, GYN services, primary care services for the folks that we're involved with, intensive outpatient services. We work very closely with probation, parole, in providing reports and supporting folks who are involved with DCYF also. So really well versed in like all the things related to the substance use industry and mental health industry.
So you're like a one-size-fits-all for people who might need help on drug counseling or psychological counseling or
Provide it
dependency?
all. We're flexible. We try not to. We think outside of the box a lot of the time.
And there's no cost for this?
The insurance. So
Insurance?
largely Medicaid.
Medicaid, Obamacare, or state coverage?
Medicare coverage. Yep.
Medicare coverage, okay.
So we take all major insurances for folks who are looking for services here. So we also are partnering with Project Weber Renew with the harm reduction site that's going to be hopefully opening in the mid to end of summer. So we're providing some of the clinical support and peer support for that project as it opens. And then on the job side, like we're looking for folks who have some substance use history, who are interested in getting their peer recovery certificate or to become a peer recovery specialist. We're also looking for substance use counselors too. So again, it's the counseling piece.
And substance abuse counselors, what education do they need?
So a substance use counselor can be a bachelor's level person, somebody who doesn't have their bachelor's but is working towards their licensure, a licensed chemical dependency professional.
So would you be able to get someone that educational training, like work?
Yep, we support with supervision. People who are on a track for their LCDP work with the folks at the substance use mental health leadership council.
So
they get their trainings through that, and then they work towards licensure through organizations like ours.
Sorry, so if somebody wanted to give back and they come to see you, say, I got my high school diploma, I don't have any counseling experience. Would you be able to consider them or say, we can, will you pay for their schooling while they're working, or would you give them some kind of a job?
So everyone deserves is different, like their own plan. So if you come into me and we hit it off and there's some history there, there's some chemistry there, and I think that you could be a good counselor, like we'll work something out. But largely, the industry is pretty flexible in getting folks into a counseling role.
Okay.
So if we're able to, if someone has good history, they've got, I don't care if they have a complicated background, I just want them to be honest about their background.
Right.
And substance use history is always helpful, but not necessary either.
Right.
But yeah, we can support them in getting access to these trainings through through SUMLAC, and then we provide the supervision and then the actual work hours so that they can get their LCDPs. But we're always looking for licensed mental health counselors, licensed independent clinical social workers.
And where are you guys located out of?
110 Elmwood Ave.
110 Elmwood Avenue, Providence. Okay. So that would be their home base where they would be working out of.
Yep.
And then do you work with other Amos House, Genesis Center, and whatnot?
We can't do our work.
So you work with Amos, Genesis Center, and you work with these other outpatient centers, and they subcontract you out or something to provide services to them?
There's a mutual referral. If someone's looking for housing, then we're going to go to like Open Doors. If someone's looking for some peer support that we are not providing here, we go to places like Anchor Recovery or Project Weber Renew has like a section.
So if someone's leaving prison or whatnot, they might be able to come to you. And have you ever heard of the Justice Assistance Program?
Not specifically that program.
Okay. Yeah. But Justice Assistance Program is almost it's similar in nature, a lot to what you have to offer.
Yeah.
And maybe if you guys can share ideas too. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you're all on the same playing field. You know what I'm trying to say?
For folks to collaborate.
Yeah, collaborate.
We can't do our work
That's
without
on
collaborating with the
Pontiac
community.
Justice Assistance Program there on Pontiac Avenue, just to let you know. So, yep. So, yeah, so great. So I'll be sharing this information. If you don't mind, I'll take some flyers with you and contact information. And if someone's interested in getting a job from you or applying, where would they go to?
So they can take any one of these things. They can call us here at 300-5757. The info at victalife.com. It goes through our front desk and then eventually ends up with me pretty quickly. So at that point, I'll schedule an interview. We'll chat first to figure out if we're a match in terms of experience, and then that person's history, and we'll figure out where to go from there.
All right. Hey, that sounds great. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you.
So you're involved with the Education Exchange. Would you mind giving us a little description so I can share this with potential students or people who might be able to? Thank you.
Absolutely. So we offer adult education trainings for potential job placement. Our areas of focus are in hospitality. So we do a front and back end of restaurant training. It's a 3-week training. It's an incentive-based program, so it's a paid training upon successful completion. And then we work with you to place you in restaurants.
Oh, is that for culinary? What aspect of hospitality? All aspects from chef?
So it's front. We train in front and back end of a restaurant, and you're Serve Safe certified. So you get the alcohol, allergens, and food safety certifications for Serve Safe, which would allow you to work in any sort of food, whether it be a kitchen in a nursing home or a restaurant. You would have all the certification and training that you'd need to work in that field.
Oh, excellent.
Then we do our computer literacy program. It's a 3-week program as well, and it's an incentive-based program. We work on basic computer skills. This is mostly remote. We are out in Wakefield, so the hospitality can be a little bit of a drive for folks or commute. But this is mostly remote, only 3 days in person. We do Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint, and then we do professional development. So we help strategize resumes and prepare for interviewing.
And what are the qualifications? Do you need your GED for any of these or high school equivalency?
The only qualifications you need is to be 18 and a Rhode Island resident.
Unemployed or unemployed? Does it matter? No? Wow. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Whomever is looking to upskill, needs just help seeking jobs. It's very diverse in our population. I've had people that have worked for NASA come through the program.
Really? Wow.
And I've had people who are right out of high school and have never been employed and just don't know where to begin.
Oh, that's excellent.
So it's very diverse in the types of folks that come into the program. But the common theme throughout this program, I run myself, the common theme throughout is that it's a big confidence booster for folks and makes them feel prepared to start job seeking.
Outstanding.
We do some other things as well. We do free ESL classes as well as GED classes. And then we have an oyster farmer training for people who are interested in aquaculture. Again, it's a paid training, and you would learn oyster farming, shellfishing, raw bar preparation. So it's all about oystering.
So you could get a job at Matunic Oyster.
Or be out on the ocean.
Or be out on the ocean, being a boat, fisherman, right? Commercial fisherman?
Yep.
Wow. And what?
Know that they do have direct job placement.
Okay. And that's English as a second language classes? So they'll teach someone who's trying to learn
improve their English skills.
And these are the free GED programs?
GED programs are hybrid, so we do online and in person.
Excellent. Wow. That's great. So online training. So you don't have to actually go to Washington County. They can just connect with you and take the classes online.
Yeah.
Wow. And what software do they use? Particular software program? Is it one-on-one? The instruction for the GED?
I'm not sure what the new instructor is doing. We have a new instructor right now. But anybody could call and find out the details.
Excellent.
And the person who answers the phone is way more knowledgeable.
Thank you so much. I'm going to take one of these for reference. Thank you so much. I'd now like to introduce Deborah Panullo. She is the acting director of the SCORE program for the State of Rhode Island. And the SCORE program consists of retired entrepreneurs, executives, CEO, business personnel who basically donated their time to help businesses and those who want to start a business, and they serve as mentors, and they provide many valuable resources. She's going to tell us a little bit about her program and the outreach that's available for anyone who's interested.
Thank you, Al. It's a great opportunity to be able to address the great work that we do at SCORE. SCORE is a group of volunteers, as Al just said. In Rhode Island, we have approximately 50. In the U.S., we have 11,000. We are made up of chapters throughout the United States. Our only mission is to foster the small business community. We do that through education and mentoring. We have a large database on our website, rhodeisland.score.org, that helps people get started in business, grow their business, improve their business. So we've been in operation since 1964. It was started by a gentleman from Rhode Island, Joseph Knight. That's a little bit of an overview. Last year we serviced over 2,200 clients, again, starting or improving the bottom line of small businesses.
And do you have a number if people wanted to contact you? If, say, for example, if I myself am interested in, I have this novel idea to create my own business, say, if I wanted to start creating stained glass, artwork, and also training people, teaching people how to do stained glass work. And say, for example, even if I don't have a college degree, but I just have an artistic talent in this direction, and I have, a lot of people, they might not have the abilities to get their GED because they might be dyslexic, or they might have test anxiety, or even high school, they might have ADHD, so they never completed, or they had family commitments, or whatever it might be, but they still have the God-given talents and they want to be entrepreneurs. So could you tell us a contact number, and also how you can, and your willingness to reach out to everyone?
Okay, that's two different things. Let me clear up the easy one first. You have to go to ri.score.org. There it says find a mentor, and you put in your area of interest, and then we match you with the most appropriate mentor. That's pretty important, because whatever your needs are or whatever area you're interested in, it's very helpful for you to be paired with someone who knows a little bit about the industry that you're trying to get involved in. Your second question is, we service everyone. Many, many people do not have GEDs. We have many neurodivergent individuals. We will work with anyone with any educational background. We very seldom do we have anyone that cannot follow the journey of success. We have templates, we have one-on-one mentoring, we have videos. We teach people in every possible way to meet them where they are. So you do not have to have a GED, you don't have to have any education whatsoever. Your background is really someone that's passionate and dedicated to do a particular thing. You mentioned stained glass. We have several people that create stained glass. We have landscapers, we have laundromat owners, we have clothing, we have online, we have a variety of individuals from all different backgrounds starting all different companies. So there is no restriction, there is no minimum educational needs. We meet you where you are, and we have people with all kinds of backgrounds that are willing and able to assist individuals of all backgrounds. So no, you don't need to have any educational background to get involved.
And how about the training? Do you connect with the Small Business Administration as well? And do you have like group training sessions or educational classes that people can attend, either in person or in Zoom?
Yes. We are powered by the Small Business Administration, which means we are a nonprofit that gets a small bit of funding from the SBA. So SBA has what's called resource partners. In conjunction with the SBA, we are powered by the SBA because we get a small amount of money from the Federal SBA Association. We're nonprofit. We provide one-on-one education as well as group education, and we have virtual classes nearly every week. We have online classes. We have in-person classes. So we have programs that, one is called Start Your Business, which is 8 weeks, and it's in person. And then we have one, Grow Your Business, which is 8 weeks in person. Both are being held at the Providence Public Library. So that's just one example of the ongoing training that we have that's repeated to let individuals sit one-on-one with mentors and presenters. But we have all kinds of education. On a weekly basis, we have education in digital marketing, finance, QuickBooks, anything you can think of that a client group needs, we offer training, either virtually or one-on-one with that. We have intellectual property attorneys on staff. We have experts in pretty much any one of the areas that someone may have a need.
So you would help someone become an LLC?
Absolutely.
If someone wanted to start up an SEP, a Simplified Employee Pension Program,
Yes.
once they start, you'll be able to explain to them how to do this?
Yes, we have human resource experts, we have insurance experts, we have legal experts. Again, within those 50 mentors, we have people from every walk of life, every industry background, and every discipline. So yes, we have individuals. Plus we have like I said, an 11,000 nationwide network that we can call on. If it's something so specific that we don't have a Rhode Island expert, we will have an expert somewhere within the country. Recently I had a gentleman who created a video game, and he wanted to launch a video game. So I found a mentor in Maine who had launched video games. So they're now matched, and now that I've created his business plan with him, he will now launch his video game commercially with the help of this other SCORE mentor from Maine.
Would you be able to, would your organization be willing to reach out to those who might be incarcerated, to say, for example, go behind the walls and maybe work with those who are incarcerated and possibly give lessons if that was allowed?
I think we would. I think what we would need to do would be to see what the needs of the group or the individual would be, and then reach out to experts in those areas and ask them, would they come forward and go inside the walls of the ACI to assist. But we've done training before. We've been involved with the reentry program for a very long time. We have many clients who are recently released, and we only know them if they identify themselves as such. They don't have to, but when they do, either because they're getting to know their mentor and they are talking about backgrounds, they might reveal it. But we have had many. I've had many myself.
Excellent. So you might help them get bonding, or give them the resources of getting bonding, or
We would show them where to go.
Okay,
We would
excellent.
educate them to where that resource exists.
Okay, well, thank you very much, and I appreciate all the great work that you and your entire team from SCAR.
We have our website, again, ri.score.org, and it would lead you to everything you need to know to get started.
Okay, thank you very much, Deborah. I really appreciate your time and your expertise, and for all you're doing for all those individuals who have a business or who want to start a business. So this is obviously not just for people who are starting a new business from beginning, but it could be anyone who even has an existing business who might want to improve upon their business, or if they might be struggling in certain ways, how to improve upon what they have.
We stay with you for the life of your business. You can come to us at any part of the business cycle, and we will jump in and assist you.
Okay, thank you so much for your time and your expertise.
Thank you, Al.
Okay, I would like to welcome Brenda Nagel, who is a clinician for the Rhode Island Department of Corrections, and her program is
Infinitely Free to Be.
Infinite Free to Be.
And we started it in June of 2017. It was first one program, Infinitely Free to Be, but because of the enthusiasm of the individuals that were taking the course, we have a second level, which is called Infinitely Free to Be in Action, where we also include the work of Byron Katie, and we also include the 4 agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And then we go to the 3rd level, which is Infinitely Free to Be, the certification program, where they actually learn how to teach the cognitive behavioral therapy program that we teach. And then we also add in the Anatomy of Peace, which I think is one of the best conflict resolution books that's out there. And the final course is the apprenticeship, where they actually teach the whole 12-week program to the participants that sign up for it, and they're responsible for having the syllabus, they're responsible for showing up for the whole 12 sessions. They're also responsible to work with any of their students who may be struggling with some of the workbook information and be able to also show the videos that they pick out to complement the program. It's something that they can also take on the outside and be able to teach Infinitely Free to Be on the outside. They also talk to their family members about it, and so they can speak the same language. And it's about rethinking their thoughts, believing in themselves again, setting up goals, setting up structures, so that, again, when they're released, we will then work with them with our nonprofit organization called Lessons Learned and help them every step of the way. So if they have to go to the Department of Motor Vehicles, someone will go with them to the Department of Motor Vehicles so that they're able to go through the maze of all the paperwork and all the different items that they need to be able to get a driver's license or maybe pay their fines or whatever they need to do so that they can be successful in driving a car when they leave there. We will also help them as there's an ambassadorship program connected with some of the colleges where, again, one of our people will go with them if they want to continue to get their associate's degree, say at CCRI or Roger Williams, that we will go there with them. And maybe the first day, all we do is go to the admissions office and go to the library so they can learn how to sign on with their computer. And then maybe 3 days later, we'll go do another step. So probably after 4 or 5 opportunities that we have with them, they're well entrenched into their particular educational institutions that they want to go to. We also have opportunities for them to go over interview skills and have them also think about all the things they did when they were inside and put that in a resume situation. So if they had jobs there, whatever courses they took there. And so it shows that if they've been incarcerated for, say, 15 years, they just didn't sit in their room. They had jobs that they were responsible for. They had courses that they took and certifications so that they're just as in par with someone else when they have to say, what did you do for the last 10 years that you were wanted to have another job. And so we work with them on that. We work with them on their passions, if they're an artist, if they're a writer, if they're a musician, if they want to be able to create music, if they want to continue on with culinary work. There are a lot of organizations out there that will help them with their enhancement of their culinary skills. Or if they want to buy a food truck, maybe they have to work someplace first and then save the funds to be able to have a food truck. We also talk to them about the companies that will hire them and find out what their benefits are. Are there educational benefits? Are there retirement benefits? Are there, insurance benefits? And then what's the best course for them to do as far as being able to take those, work with those companies and enjoy the benefits that you and I enjoy.
So we're going to a couple quick questions.
Sure.
For those students and individuals who might be watching this, your program is offered in every single security at the Rhode Island Department of Corrections?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and so they should just contact their counselor and ask to be enrolled?
Yes. And we are fortunate that we have a lot of individuals that are waiting to take our programs. We need more facilitators to be trained, and one of the beauties is the apprenticeship program, because they're able to teach the program so we can reach out to more of the students that want to be involved in our cognitive behavioral therapy.
Great, so they should just write a letter to their counselors, and what's the name of your program once again?
Infinitely Free to Be.
Okay, and my next question would be is, once they get released, do you have a phone number, contact information, website, or how they can get in contact with you in regards to, you were telling us that they can navigate, you will help them navigate getting a driver's license, enrolling in college, and other life-saving skills once they get out. So if you can please add where they might be able to reach out to you in regards to having that lifeline once they get out of the prison system.
Certainly. Our website is www.infinitelyfreetobe.com. And if they just go on the website, they'll get all the information that they need. There's phone numbers there, there's addresses, there's links to myself and other people that are on our team. So we look forward to them reaching out to us.
Okay, thank you. Do they get any good time for participating in your program?
Yes, they get 11 days for the completion. They get 1 day a month, and then they get 8 days for completion. Our program runs for 12 weeks, and then for each program they take, they still get the 11 days, and even the apprentices get good time for it.
Very good. I want to thank you so much for the services you provide to the men and women at the Rhode Island Department of Corrections. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
I am here today at the Justice Assistance Program at 1540 Pontiac Avenue in Cranston, Rhode Island. Justice Assistance Programs provides assistance for those who have been justice impacted, and it is basically a lifeline for many of them. So today we're going to learn about some of the roles, some of the key employees, what they do, and their job functions.
My name is Marcelo Pera. I've been in Justice Assistance for a little bit over 2 years. I am the court-based program manager. We monitor all filings of the district court, coming from 4th District, 2nd District, 3rd District, as well as 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 6th. As well, we have a partnership with the Rhode Island Public Defender's Office. We host monthly expungement clinics, and throughout those expungement clinics, the public defenders will see the eligible cases for these individuals and help them through the process of the expungements.
Thank you very much. And expungement is so important, and I want to thank you for your expertise and all you do for justice assistance.
Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Robert Bailey. I am the manager of client services here at Justice Assistance for the CORES program. The CORES program is comprehensive opportunity, resources, and employment services for justice involved men and women in Rhode Island. I manage/supervise a team of professionals and a life skills development specialist, which is basically our case manager, our community healthcare worker, peer recovery specialist, our employment placement specialist, and we have a clinical team. Our clinical director will be part of this video, and she'll share with you, the audience, what that role of our clinical department is. What we basically do in our CORES program is provide wraparound services for our referrals. Our referral sources come from district court pretrial services. They come from the prison, which is the Department of Corrections, probation and parole, and we get our referrals from community-based organizations of all kinds in the state of Rhode Island.
Thank you. I have a quick question. If someone has been to treatment programs, like if they have been a member of AA, NA, or AdCare, and even though they have not been just impacted, are they still eligible for this? Is this just for justice impacted individuals?
Our focus primarily is for justice involved men and women.
Okay. And my next question would be can you please explain what websites or what contact information or how someone can become part of your program, especially if they might not have someone to advocate for them?
We do accept self-referrals.
Okay.
So someone can walk in, our doors at 1540 Pontiac Avenue in Cranston. We are directly across from the Attorney General's office on Pontiac Avenue. So we do accept self-referrals and walk-ins. So anyone can come to our agency, and as long as they're just as involved and they're Rhode Island resident, they can be a part of the program.
Thank you. And you do have a form which some clinicians can fill out?
Yes, we have a referral form that can be emailed electronically from us to another provider or community-based organization, and they can complete that referral form and return it to us electronically.
Outstanding. And could we have your email or phone number so people can get in contact with you?
Sure. My direct email is R as in Robert, Bailey, Bailey, @justiceassistance.org.
Thank you. Is there a general number they might be able to call as well?
Yes, 401-781-7000.
Thank you so much for all your services and the lives that you are saving. Appreciate it. Thankful.
Hello. You'll have to guide me. Do you just want my
Yes,
name?
I would appreciate just your name and your position and what services you provide.
Well, hello, my name is Fran DeLumba. I'm the clinical director here for the Health and Wellness Clinic and also the interim for the course program. I basically manage a wonderful team that provides all the services that we had already mentioned, but also the behavioral health part of the program. We provide individual counseling, group counseling. We do substance abuse evals, mental health evaluations, and we see people in-house. Folks are referred from our course program. They can also be referred from the community, and they get the counseling here. At times, we can also do telehealth if appropriate. But we're here, we have clinicians on hand to work with clients, and we also do some of the case management that comes with, working with someone in the behavioral health piece part.
So you would be able to provide someone with a mental health clinician if they so need, like if they have different kind of, schizophrenic, bipolar, whatever it might be, would you be able to give them assistance in that capacity?
Yes. As the clinical director, I'm also LICSW. I'm a licensed independent clinical social worker, and we also have LCDP on board and a LCSW. So right now, there's 3 of us that are able to assist clients with, mental health issues and co-occurring issues. So we're here.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Jason Minter. I am the Housing Director here at Justice Assistance of our Habitat for Justice program. Habitat for Justice is a program that's focused on housing justice-involved individuals, creating employment opportunities in the building trades, and ultimately trying to build intergenerational wealth. The way that we're doing that right now is we're in the process of acquiring our first 33 units of affordable housing in the city of Providence right now. Those units are predominantly occupied at time of acquisition, but as units become available, we're looking forward to having a wait list that's developed and maintained by Justice Assistance and allows us to house justice-involved individuals as those units become available. They'll all be made affordable at 60% AMI through kind of traditional housing programs, homes, CDBG, etc., that are already on the properties. So we will maintain that affordability. And in terms of the wealth creation, we are also committing to invest in what we're calling the Renter Wealth Fund, which is a program where 15% of the cash flow that comes out of the property is invested into essentially a trust fund on behalf of the renters. So as renters, whether they're the renters that are in there now or the justice-involved renters that we assume will be in the place as units become available, as they rent, a small portion of their rent will be invested into this account, which they'll be able to draw down from in the future. So it'll be a way for them to build something that resembles equity as they rent.
Okay. Now, some of my students says sometimes because they have a drug-related charge, that might preclude them from going back to where they were living before. Obviously, a lot of people who are in the justice program might have drug-related charges. Would that preclude them from being part of that housing? Like after they serve their time, would they be able to, and they're clean, they've been tested and whatnot, would they be able to be eligible for some of that housing program?
Yeah, we believe folks like that would be eligible for our housing programs. I think we'd look at the applications on a case-by-case basis when selecting the next tenants. With all housing, any housing program has 3-4 year waiting lists, and we can't solve Rhode Island's housing problem. We're talking about starting with 33 units right now. Some of the units have been occupied for the past 15 years, and some have pretty good turnover. So as units become available, we're going to seek to fill them with justice involved individuals. We're not seeking to discriminate, by any means necessary, and we will, kind of see how it lays out. But, those folks will still have challenges, whether it's through us or anywhere else, and we will do what we can to serve as many as we can.
Thank you so much. Thanks for helping out. Okay, I would like to thank you all very much for taking your time, for the expertise that you each provided, and you are the lifelines for so many, many people who are in so much need. And I applaud the CEO, your entire team, because I realize in this day and age, a lot of times we as a society, in my opinion, we are not, opening up enough doors, and I really appreciate you opening those doors for those who've been justice impacted, and I want to applaud you all for your efforts. Thank you all, and God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Today we will be examining the Amos House in Providence. It's located on Pine Street, and we'll be getting you contact information about all the wonderful services they provide. It's been literally a lifeline for so many individuals who have had a difficulty in their lives, and sometimes due to no fault of their own, as anyone could have hard times fall upon them in their lives. So we're going to have Miko, who is one of the directors here, and we're going to have Oliver, who's involved with the job training programs, employment programs, discuss their roles and everything that Amos House has to offer, in the hope that if anyone is in need, they'll be able to reach out to this wonderful organization.
Thank you, Dr. Alba. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Miko Lincoln. I'm a program coordinator for the Men's 90-Day Transitional Shelter located in Providence, Rhode Island. Amos House is a nonprofit social service organization. We have a number of different services. It's located at 460 Pine Street, Providence, Rhode Island, 02907. We serve many individuals, underserved populations, those who are formerly incarcerated or incarcerated, mental health, substance use, and any other challenges experiencing job insecurity, food insecurity, housing insecurity. Our goal and our mission is to help individuals help themselves. As the director of the Men's 90-Day Program, my job and my responsibility and my honor is to assist individuals who will return from incarceration back into the community, try to get some wellness and balance for themselves. I'm a certified peer recovery specialist. What basically means is that I'm certified to help an individual acclimate themselves back into society, try to assist them to get in the writing documents, trying to connect them to employment specialists, connect them to financial assistant coaches, and any type of service that's going to help the person find balance for themselves. As the program's a 20-man facility, a number of individuals are paroled to our program. Some come through our experience in housing insecurity, but we try to do our best to try to assist individuals to meet their basic needs and to help them excel in society.
So you provide them with job training as well as part of this program?
Absolutely. So beyond the 90-day program, which is essentially a bed and social supports and, a number of different things, we have clinical hours as well. We teach in cognitive behavioral interventions, trauma-informed care, mindfulness, relapse prevention, anger management. Those are some of the clinical groups that we teach. But we also have other departments in the Amos House organization. We have an employment department. We have other social service departments, a financial department as well called FOC, Financial Opportunity Center. We have workforce development, and that's where Oliver comes in. Oliver is my colleague. He's the senior employment specialist here, and he can tell you a lot more about the employment services that we provide.
And could you explain about the soup kitchen? I was told that you have one of the largest soup kitchens in the state of Rhode Island, where that is located, so if anyone is in need to get a nice hot meal where they can go?
Absolutely. We serve 2 meals a day, Monday through Friday. We serve breakfast from 7 to 8:30 and lunch from 11 to 12:30. It's located on 460 Pine Street. And to your point, Doctor, we serve over 200,000 meals a year with our largest soup kitchen in the state of Rhode Island. And there are days periodically that we provide on some additional food for individuals who may not be experiencing housing insecurity, but yet food insecurity. So we give them protein, some meat, some breads, even sometimes we have some produce to be able to assist individuals because the price of food is so high. So yes, it's located at our main building, 460 Pine Street, Providence, Rhode Island.
Do you reach out to the homeless in regards to if someone is homeless, providing them with any kind of temporary shelter?
Absolutely. Again, our men and women's 90-day residential programs are transitional housing, but they're also shelter that assists individuals who experience housing insecurity, but they must make a willingness to commit to sobriety, into abstinence from substances while they're here. Being that it's a conjugate setting, unfortunately, we do not anticipate individuals using in those houses. So unfortunately, substance use is something that we try to assist individuals with. We have a harm reduction model. We approach them harm reduction, but because it's conjugate settings, it's not a housing first model.
Okay, and my next question would be, if someone is to obviously work with your clinical team and and they show a lot of promise and say they say, I want to save lives, I want to become a counselor someday. Could you, or if someone states that they want to be a cook, and you might have you have a culinary program here, so say if they successfully, would they be able to possibly get employment working at Amos House?
Absolutely, and I'm sure Oliver's going to talk to the employment services that we provide, but I can speak to the clinical services. We also have a clinical team here. It's called the clinic at Amos House. So we provide substance use, mental health, clinical services and supports. We also have ambulatory care as well. And as far as individuals looking to get into that field, certified peer recovery specialist is a profession, it's a career pathway for individuals who experience substance use or mental health, whether it's a personal experience or through a family member, and was able to help those individuals or themselves overcome that they would in fact have the ability, the criteria that's needed in order to become a certified peer recovery specialist themselves, and they can use it as a career pathway, and we provide that training here at the Amos House. We provide certified peer recovery specialist training at the Amos House where we help individuals become certified in that particular field.
Outstanding, thank you.
Thank you.
Oliver?
Thank you, Dr. Alber, and exciting to be able to speak to you and your students and about the wonderful things that Amos House does. My role here, so my name is Oliver Reynolds. I am the employment specialist here at Amos House, and I work across 2 departments. So I work with the Workforce Development and Training Department, and I work with the Financial Opportunity Center, and I'll speak to those different programs individually. So my primary role here is with the FOC department, which stands for Financial Opportunity Center. And what that program is a bundling of services, which includes employment coaching, financial coaching, and income support. So income supports is access to resources and benefits that the community and state provide. And the goal of those 3 is if we bundle those 3 programs together, the person that is participating in those programs has a higher likelihood to move out of poverty. So working with myself for employment coaching, I specifically support individuals with their endeavors to find employment, which includes resume building, interview skills. We have a computer lab where they can come and do job search, whether it's independent or assisted by myself. We do transportation and clothing assistance for individuals that are indigent, that are in need of interview clothing or work clothing or transportation to and from interviews, to and from their employment. We also assist, once they obtain employment, then they move into what's called job retention. So we continue our relationship with our clients at least through the first year. So we want to make sure that they're doing well at their job, that they're not struggling, that if they may need some support during, they're having a tough time at work, they maybe want to come back and talk to us before they decide to make a move that ultimately ends their employment status. We also do income supports, which again is access to resources and benefits in the community. So getting SNAP benefits in place, Social Security, vital documents, BCIs, if an employer is seeking a BCI. We also do stuff related to like WIC, and just the overall kind of supports that the community provides that somebody might not realize that they qualify for, but they do, and that will help them with kind of their financial concerns. And then we also do financial coaching. We have 2 financial coaches. Stephanie Jones-Pringle is our senior financial coach, and Melvin Corpu is another financial coach that works with us here at Amos House. And their primary focus is to work on people's financial concerns, credit building. We have some incentive programs. We have some rent reporting programs that will help with their credit building programs. So any kind of issue we have, we just recently ended our license restoration program that ended in July, but that was able to assist over 500 individuals in the state to regain their driver's license. And that provided $500 towards any fines or fees that were associated with their license. So we were able to assist over 500 people with getting their license back. And that's generally kind of what Financial Opportunity Center, and again, the theory is that if you bundle those 3 services, your likelihood to move out of poverty increases. Secondly, I work on our workforce development and training team. So we have 4 core training programs here at Amos House. We have customer service, we have property maintenance and landscaping, we have culinary arts, and we have CDL, which is commercial driver's license. Now CDL is our most popular training program, and it's been the one we've seen the greatest amount of results. However, due to funding concerns, we've had to put that program on pause temporarily. We do have a connection with International Trucking, which is our hands-on training program. So anybody that is interested in training, they would come with us, apply for a training program with us. They would do a 3-week Workforce Essentials training program, which is in class. So what they're doing there is they're working on work readiness skills, they're working on professional skills, they're working on soft skill building, contextualized math and reading, and North Star digital literacy. So getting all those things aside from the hands-on training that's going to make that person be a successful employee. At the conclusion of the 3-week Workforce Essentials, then they move into what's called practicum. Okay, in those practicum sessions, they will work on getting their certifications. So for property maintenance landscaping, we offer the lead paint and remodeler certification. We offer OSHA 10, and we offer CPR First Aid AED. For culinary arts, they work to get their ServSafe food handler, ServSafe allergen, and CPR. Customer service does not offer any certification programs, but the North Star Digital Literacy is a recognized customer service-based type of certification. Once they have completed their certifications, then they move into our internship component. So here at Amos House, we have 2 companies, 2 social venture companies. We have Amos House Builds, which is basically the property maintenance, landscaping / construction. And what that does is it introduces clients to all the aspects of home remodeling as well as landscaping. So we do have internship programs that the individuals will then go to Amos House. So if they're taking the property maintenance, they will do an internship with Amos House Builds. And all but one of our staff members on Amos House Builds is actually an individual that came through our training program. So it's almost 100% staffed by individuals that came through our training programs. With culinary arts, we have 2 areas for internship. We have our soup kitchen, which is located on our first floor. So they would do about a 4 or 5 week internship in the soup kitchen, or our catering company, which is located at Harrington Hall in Cranston, and that is called More Than a Meal Catering. And again, they would do the internship, and then if positions open up through those internships, they would be directly hired. So I want to say about 75% of the individuals on our More Than a Meal training program will have come through our culinary arts training program, are employed at More Than a Meal. So we work, and that's not the only companies we have relationships with. We also have a relationship with Feast and Fettle that we can place people at internships. We have 6 people right now at Feast and Fettle that came through our culinary arts training program. And Feast and Fettle is a great organization because they also focus on supportive skills and supporting their employees. You know, they're very much a second chance employer that's willing to work with individuals that work for them, you know, with the other supports that they need. So it's been a fantastic relationship with Feast and Fettle.
Could you discuss about the CNC and the JARC program, the JARC program?
So we do have a relationship with the Jane Addams Resource Center, and that's called JARC, and they do a CNC training program. We generally would just do referrals for that program, but I know that if anybody that comes, if somebody's working with me, I won't necessarily just try to get them to our training programs. I'll work with them to get any training program within the state. So we also have relationships with Crossroads to do the CNA training program. We have relationship with the JARC to do the CNC training program. So anytime somebody's interested in a training program we don't provide, we will also help the individual navigate that process.
If people work for Amos House, do you provide any kind of benefits, like medical benefits or whatever?
So yeah, so both our full-time and our part-time employees do receive benefits. So health insurance, 401k, that type of.
Thank you. Could you give me a contact number or general information number so people can call who might want to get in contact with you, or your email as well?
Sure. My contact number is 401-272-0220 extension 236. And my email address is O for my first name Oliver. My last name is Reynolds, REYNOLDS, and that's at amoshouse.com.
Well, I want to thank you and your entire team for being basically lifelines for so many people in need. It's truly amazing when I hear the work throughout the state of Rhode Island and helping clients who basically need either educational, emotional support.
Yeah.
And I hope and pray that the state of Rhode Island will increase funding for the CDL program, because I know it's a success, and I know you've actually placed you've placed many of your clients, your students, into a full-time job, and it's very lucrative. It's a good business, and you don't even really need your GED for that, correct?
You don't. So for building trade, property maintenance, we just changed the name from building trades. Property maintenance, culinary arts, and CDL, you do not need your high school diploma or GED. Customer service is employer specific. You don't need it to take the training, but employers may require it to be employed.
Okay.
And yeah, our CDL program has been our most popular, most productive. We have individuals averaging between $28 and $35 an hour for positions. We just recently placed 6 individuals at Quality Beverage in Taunton, where they're making $30 per hour. And in my 7 years, I just passed my 7-year anniversary here at Amos House, we've helped over 1,000 people obtain gainful employment in the state of Rhode Island.
Wow, so our return for our dollar is very good. So I hope if legislators and appointed leaders hear your testimony and the stories of so many others, that we definitely put forth plenty of funding and give you guys all the funding that you need, because working at the Department of Corrections, it's very costly, and I would much rather myself spend as much of my tax dollars as possible to help individuals learn a trade so they can have self-worth and pride in themselves, and also have it helps them emotionally and socially, and also obviously keeping families together. That's what it's all about.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time and your expertise, and I am forever grateful.
I appreciate your time as well. Thank you for taking the time to learn about Amos House.
Thank you.
Okay, my name is Earl Ingram, and I'm formerly incarcerated. Right now I work here at the Amos House, and my journey to the Amos House was, a real struggle. It took me a long time to get here, and not just here, but a long time to get to this state of mind that I'm at right now. And how I got to this moment is by first of all, hearing about the Amos House, and most important is seeing others that were in the same situation as myself become successful here at the Amos House. So I figured if those people can do it, then why can't I? So it's kind of like I just had good examples, and so I just went along with that. And so I just think that having, let's say, job fairs at the ACI is a very good a way for men who kind of feel hopeless, as I did. Those men and women can see that there are other ways other than, let's say, selling drugs or taking other people's property, a way so that they could have hope that, there's something different other than what they have received, other than the things that I have received, and so I just think that men and women at the ACI need other options. They need to be able to see themselves being able to succeed rather than feel like they're just going to be a failure in their life. So if a job fair goes to the ACI, those people will feel like somebody cares. And it may not affect everybody, but there will be people who will see that somebody cares about them and somebody wants to see them succeed. And so this is something we don't get growing up. We don't have champions of success. We have champions of failure. And so I think that training and job fairs at the ACI will be very beneficial, not just to those prisoners, but also to society as a whole, to the communities that they will go back to, because just like myself, I'm here helping my community, and I just want to say that, anyone who comes out of the prison, I want to be an example for them. I'm just not a case manager, but I am a model of what could be for, the people that are going to be released one day from the prison.
Yes, you're living proof of a success story, and I want to thank you so much for sharing the testimony. And many of the individuals who have contacted both the service providers and those employment agencies are very supportive of having a job fair, service fair at the ACI, where Amos House, Open Doors, Crossroads, the May Organization for the Homeless, so many other outreach programs are there to provide those lifelines for the men and women. Because as you know and I know, when someone leaves prison, they have to contend with maybe having a BCI check, background criminal investigation check, or even, some people might be apprehensive of hiring someone. But by us reaching out to the employment agencies and bringing them inside the doors, inside the prison, that our students know that there are people out there that will give them a second chance, that will be willing to work with them and recognize their success in their lives and your living success in your life, because we all have battles in our lives, and we all have to overcome our battles. This is what I tell my students. We all have our own struggles, and anyone who says they don't have struggles or problems in their lives, in my opinion, is lying to you. So we all need the strength, and there's no better way to get that strength by looking at a witness such as yourself, who is living testimony, who showed that you were able to overcome those battles and now be productive to society in helping those men and women in need.
That's who I am. Thank you.
Thank you, and God bless you. Okay, today we are going to be learning about the May Organization for the Homeless. And this is a wonderful organization which basically provides so many wonderful services for those men and women in need who have faced a crisis in their lives. And I was fortunate enough to be invited to the wonderful gala they had, and it was just a wonderful time. It made me feel like everyone there was a family. So we'll keep everyone posted on when the next gala is, in the hope that people can go, and it's a win-win situation because you're having a beautiful night out and you're also supporting a wonderful charitable organization. So Martina, could you please explain a little bit about your program?
Yeah, so first of all, I want to thank you, Al, for giving us this opportunity to be part of the networking that you're creating, which is beautiful. So we're a May organization. We've been here since 2008. Our primary focus is assisting individuals through mental health programs, and individuals who are experiencing homelessness and those who are at risk, those who are food insecure. So we provide wraparound services, and in collaboration with many other organizations throughout Rhode Island, our mental health services facilitate in the healing of course, PTSD, depression, anxiety, bipolar. We provide our holistic programs here at the center and some outside. Here we do meditation, we do yoga, but it's not yoga in the sense of movement. It's more of going within, knowing your body. Talk therapy, we do Reiki. We have music therapy, movement, and then outside we collaborate with Faith Hill Farm in East Greenwich for our equine therapy, which is my favorite and most of our clients' favorite. The other important services that we provide is assistance with getting into housing, which is of course very important. And once the client has their voucher and they have an apartment to move into, we provide the first and last month rent. We also assist them with furniture and anything that they need for a brand new start in life. And then of course we have our clothing department, which this wonderful lady runs, and our food services, which we provide throughout Rhode Island. Our food services are served mostly outdoors. We meet them where they are. We serve in Providence, Woonsocket, Smithfield, North Providence, Pawtucket, West Warwick, and I'm probably forgetting.
So you're like Meals on Wheels, so to speak?
Something like that, but we actually set up outside like buffet style. So we set up our tables. We bring our trays of hot food or sandwiches or both, and everybody just forms a line and they come just like a buffet.
And is this usually located like at a church or near a soup kitchen area? Like how do people?
We go to the areas where we know where they are. Kennedy Plaza.
Okay.
We go to Cathedral
tomorrow night.
Square tomorrow night. We'll be there. If you want to come join us, you can come join us. Sundays we're either in Providence. We're in Woonsocket every Sunday. West Warwick, Pawtucket. So we make it very accessible for everyone who hasn't had a meal either at a shelter or wherever to come find us outside.
And where do you do the cooking? Do you have like your kitchen somewhere centrally located?
So we're very blessed that a couple of churches help us, allow us to use their kitchen. So we collaborate with Praise Tabernacle here in Cranston. And then is it Westwood right up the street here? We just recently partnered with them and we use their kitchen as well. A lot of our clients cook in their own kitchens.
Yeah, we did some at home too, ourselves.
Yeah, we cook a lot, yeah.
And when I was at the gala, I heard testimony by two individuals, a lady and a gentleman, and the gentleman's voice was angelic. I mean, and I saw how they were in dire need of help, and they gave their testimony, how you reached out to them, and you basically you brought life back into them, and now they're all doing so well.
Yeah, I mean, that family was living in the car.
Yes, that's what she stated.
And we take them through the whole process. We had them stay at a hotel while we were working on getting her an apartment because she had her voucher.
Now, how do you get the voucher? What's this voucher that you
that's
mentioned?
through Rhode Island Housing.
Okay.
They give out the vouchers for all individuals.
Is that like section? Is that like Section 8?
Section 8.
Okay, so there could be a long waiting list for that,
It's
though.
a long waiting
Right.
list, and I think that this is where we really need to change things. We cannot have individuals waiting 3 years
Right.
to get into housing because a lot happens in that time.
Sure. It's really
Deterioration of
it's really a
mental
shame in
health,
2024 in this day and age that we as a state and a country do not build up more affordable housing. And everyone knows there's a need for more affordable housing and programming for those neediest of needy.
Yeah.
And no one should have to live in a car.
This is my biggest advocacy, is first for mental health, because I feel like if someone isn't feeling well within, even though they get into an apartment, they're not going to be able to sustain it. So it's very important to have those two things hand in hand, mental health services and ongoing, even after they get into housing. And of course housing, because how can you thrive working, living outside, and even in a shelter.
So you provide them connections with mental health counselors and...
Yes, yeah. We have a social worker here. We have another one coming on in 2025. And we have outside therapists that we collaborate with also to assess further, because we only facilitate here. We have the holistic programs that are additional to talk therapy.
So where can people find out about locations? Like you mentioned tomorrow, they're going to be having the buffet food fair. How can people go online and find out, this is location, I'm going to be in here, I'm needy, I want to be able to go to attend this particular function?
Yeah, they can go on our website, mayorganizationaltogether.org. We have our schedule on there. We're also on the street sites agenda that they pass out, and they have all of the different organization names and when they serve, so a lot of people get those, and that's through the coalition. They have those, and again, it's just the best ways to go on our website because we have everything on.
Now, is there a phone number? Have you thought about maybe having a phone number with an info, like press 1 if you want information? Because a lot of the needy might not have a computer. So this way here, if they call in at like a certain number, and if they press 1, we have the upcoming days or locations where we're going to be having buffet or food services for those who are in need. And if you are, everyone who's needy is welcome to join us. I don't know if that is a vote.
We don't have that yet,
Okay.
but that's coming. We're getting a whole new software system and a phone system for 2025 as well.
Thank you.
Well, did the one from the other find out also? The
sorry?
people, the one from the other person, because we get a good amount.
Oh, yeah.
Right, through word of mouth,
Yeah,
Word of mouth in the neighborhood gets word, yeah. Someone they might be, find out, they might have a friend of theirs who can access to the computer or what have you, it might be.
They all know.
Sure.
And
Sure, you advertise it too.
You have
Right.
more friends.
Sure, the churches probably, maybe the local churches might notify it
Let
too.
them know we're here. And what did you just say?
I said, like 200 people they serve.
Wow, 200 people at a time, every Sunday. At Woonsocket,
These
wow.
people, they
And where's
see other
that, and where's that location in Woonsocket every Sunday?
That's Boyley Field.
Boyley Field, okay.
In Woonsocket. And so that's 200 there, and then we do at least another 125, 150 in Providence, and then we have.
Sure, so if it's the same location week after week, people know exactly, so people can rely on it, so it's not like, okay.
Sunday, we can serve upwards of almost 400.
Wow, that's beautiful, beautiful. And Maria, when I came in today, I saw that you were ready to bring some clothes to a needy family that might have gotten a house fire or something to this effect. And I know that you're a true volunteer, you're here dedicating your time, and could you just share about some of your capacity working for the Mayor organization? And I was told that you have like an area over here where people can, it's set up like a shop with different sizes, where people can show up who are in need, free of charge, and basically browse and see what clothing is available to them. Could you please elaborate? Could you please expand upon that?
Of course, they do come in sometimes and they pick the sizes they like. If they cannot come in, then they call up and they give us the order, the sizes, the ages, so we can figure out the colors, what to give them.
This happens on a daily basis. She gets requests for clothing and she
This
gets
is one of
everything
the
ready
orders
for
I
them.
just brought in.
Well, look at this. One of the orders from one of the families. So they came
Yeah,
in and
the
they
order came
they
in
discussed. They gave you
today.
their sizes and what they needed,
Yeah,
and you provided that to them. You're going to provide that to the family.
And tomorrow we're gonna deliver.
And they're responsible for all of the donations that come in. They sort, they organize. She handles everything.
Yeah, it's a
She has a
quite
good
a
group
work,
of
but it's a lot of
volunteers.
fun. We have nice people volunteering.
You're the
So family, this size for a man, this size for the mother, this size for the children, shoes, this, that, warm hats, scarves, coats, jackets. So I had to go in our storage. We have 3-room storage, 3 minutes from here. And I got them together and somebody's gonna deliver it to them tomorrow morning.
wow. Now, do you have like a clothing bin where people could maybe drop off their gently used clothing?
Oh yeah.
A brown bin out right outside our door that if people need to bring clothing, they can leave it there. However, we prefer it to be by appointment because then Maria can be there waiting for them for the distribution. You know.
So to make the appointment, what number should we call or to make the appointment with you?
They usually call here.
Okay, so call this number.
Yeah. It is 401-537-7286. And again, I mean, they can just go on our website,
Sure.
needorganization.org, and all of that information is on there. And actually, they can schedule it on our website.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
So
Anybody who's interested in volunteering, in donating, whether it's a monetary donation, a clothing donation, they want to sponsor a program, everything can be done right on our website.
excellent, excellent. And I would also recommend that everyone try to get onto your mailing list as well.
Yes,
Because like I
get on our
said,
mailing
the yearly gala they have is really something to see. And they actually have a lot of beautiful prizes. They have, people can bid on
It's my
trips,
first year, this year.
trips to all over the world,
Oh,
and trips to all over the United States. And it's really a win-win situation where you're contributing and you're also winning these beautiful trips, so.
Yeah, and 2025 is going to be our 10th year gala anniversary. So it's going to be very special, and it's already scheduled for November 8th. So again, that can be found on our website, all of the information very soon. It's not up yet, but the date is settled.
Well, I would like to thank you both for doing God's work on earth and for helping the neediest of needy. And it just amazes me the amount of people out there who are willing to help those most in need. And we are forever grateful. And may God continue to bless your organization. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to videotape you and share your information
And again,
with us.
we're here to collaborate with all the other organizations that are out there. We're here to partner. You know, if there's something that they don't have available, they can call us, and all of us, we can provide the wraparound services together.
Sure, and that's what I find, because no one agency has basically all of the answers,
Right.
but working collectively, and not only that, people are from different demographics. People are from Cranston or Providence or West Warwick, so it might be more difficult for one person to obtain resources from one organization versus another.
Right, especially our mental health programs, they're really truly unique. And so other organizations that are not offering those at this time, or sober houses, we invite them to collaborate with us.
Sure, like the equine therapy, very nice. That's one of the best programs I've heard, and that's pretty unique to your program. Where I have not heard other agencies to utilize this.
I personally experienced it, and I benefited so much from it and from expressive arts that I knew back in 2008 this had to be part of my organization. So.
The Building Futures program is a program which will prepare you for learning a construction trade. There are many various trade programs which are available, and what the Building Futures will do is match a trade based on your talents, based on your needs, and what you will enjoy doing. To find out which building trade will be best for you, they have a pre-apprenticeship program. It is 5 weeks outside of the Rhode Island Department of Corrections, and in the Rhode Island Department of Corrections is a 10-week program. If you are interested in getting involved with the orientation program on the outside, they have orientations which are periodically given, and this video was being filmed in December 2024. The next orientation will be on the following dates: February 18th, 19th, and 20th of 2025. You can click on the Learn More button, and that will bring you to the Construction Pre-Apprenticeship Programming, where it tells you what the programming involves. Our pre-apprenticeship involves our nationally recognized comprehensive 5-week training provides hands-on learning designed to give you a foundation, no matter what trade you choose. Hands-on training is supported by classroom learning designed to get folks industry ready. Participants receive customized support during the training through placement in a registered apprenticeship and throughout their careers. The certifications include, at Building Futures you will earn Area Lift Certification, Adult CPR, AED, and First Aid certifications, OSHA 10 certification, Multi-Craft Core Curriculum, Rhode Island State Apprenticeship Council certification. Building Futures is the only construction pre-apprenticeship program that is certified by the State of Rhode Island. We offer graduates an elective welding course with an opportunity to earn the American Welding Society certifications. Throughout the 5-week training, you'll also get hands-on training, technical instruction, academic tutoring, including support in preparing for your apprenticeship exam if necessary, emergency and supportive services, career counseling, and more. We offer participants individualized services to overcome employment barriers. So even those who are just as impacted can get a job in the building trades. Evaluation of if career goals are a good fit for a career in construction. Hands-on basic construction training to prepare you for a quality registered apprenticeship in one or more than a dozen different skilled trades. Our goal is placement in a registered apprenticeship. We support graduates at every step of the way in applying for, entering, and succeeding in a registered apprenticeship. If anyone in the Rhode Island Department of Corrections is interested in getting involved with the Building Futures program, please speak to your counselor and you will be interviewed. And if there's a good fit between you and the Building Futures program, you'd be invited to participate in their apprenticeship program. We're now going to look at a short video about Building Futures and the potential it has for you to earn a very good wage to obtain a rewarding career.
Especially for a young adult, there's a difference between just finding a job and building a real career. Just one reason to check out heavy and highway construction, one of the most promising industries for the next 10 to 20 years. Whether working on the job site level or in any number of supporting roles, it's a high-paying profession where you can get going quickly. Get educated for free. Get paid as you learn. And the possibilities for the future are simply amazing. For the next few minutes, you'll learn about this dynamic and exciting industry from the actual people who make it tick.
The time is great. There's plenty of work to do, and we've got plenty of funding to get the work done.
There's never been a better time to enter the construction industry than right now.
For the next 10 years, we've got some 600 projects that we have lined up, over $5 billion worth of projects that we'll be doing.
Our funding is constant, and you can't export our jobs.
Good paying jobs with good benefit packages and great retirement programs.
Great money, family-sustaining wages, as well as family-sustaining comprehensive benefits.
Some of the best opportunities for young people to enter into a profession and begin making good money right from day one.
We will train you, the industry will train you with the skill set that you need in any one of those 17 apprenticeship programs.
I've been on some really interesting projects in general, so just being able to get up close and personal with a lot of the huge equipment and bridges.
You could be working on a train station one day, on a bridge another time, on roadways. We have drainage projects, we have transit projects, we have bike paths that are being built.
We're looking for people who are passionate about working outside, building things, looking at their progress daily, yearly, and then admiring the finished product.
A sense of, understanding that I came out and did a bridge or a job, I worked on them, and that's going to be here forever.
When I first started right out of school, I was on the highway projects in Providence. So I was down in Quonset when we were putting the arch together, and then we floated it up the bay. It was one of my first experiences with DOT, so that was fantastic.
I've been in the business for 36 years. It's not a job, it is a career. And once you learn the skill set of whatever classification you decide to come in, whatever trade you decide to come in within the building trades, you can go anywhere in the world and earn a living once you learn that trade.
Each and every one of those has apprentice training on the job site. They also have training at the different union headquarters.
What trade would you like to get into? All have different skill sets, all have different programs.
It's a classic model of earn while you learn. You start, and while you're working, you earn and you skill up.
And there are plenty of opportunities beyond the entry level that will get you into management and other aspects of the construction industry that are available.
I spent about 10 years in construction out here in the field. I was an inspector for a couple of years and then became a resident engineer.
A lot of the best information is learned hands-on out in the field while you're experiencing it. If you enjoy a project, trying to find a solution to something, working with your hands, it's a fantastic thing to be a part of.
You can begin, as I did, as a construction laborer. Some almost 50 years ago, I was a construction laborer. And through the years, worked my way up through the construction trades into engineering and eventually into management, where today I'm the head of an organization that oversees 700 people and about $2 billion a year worth of construction going on.
Basic skills to start is you need to be 18 years of age, have a high school diploma or a GED, and be able to pass a drug test. And you can enter any one of the 17 building trades apprenticeship programs.
I was working at Enterprise and I was basically just cleaning up cars. That's what I was doing. Me and my buddies we kind of just took it upon ourselves to just join and to do anything that was hands-on. That's what this program was like a hands-on type of thing. That's what I enjoyed about it. That's what kind of struck me.
For the last 10 years of my life, I was a nursing assistant. I was doing that in the medical field. I became first interested years ago when I used to drive on the highway, and I would see all the work getting done and certain people working on buildings, and I've always wanted to be a part of something like that.
I have kind of a jack of all trades sort of experience, but I was actually a massage therapist for 6 years and decided I needed to work with my hands in a different capacity. And then in my apprenticeship, I'm an iron worker, so I do welding, rigging, working with a crane.
They try to see what's the best fit for you.
You feel supported through the whole process. You know, nobody's here to hold your hand. You need to have some sort of motivation.
You can't just say, hey, I want to be an iron worker, or I want to build a house today. You have to want it, and you have to put the work into it.
Join it, stick through it, just keep working hard. Keep trying to perfect your craft.
I'm definitely doing much better now. Before, I always needed 2 jobs to survive and get by and still have the, little bit of play. So I always worked 2 jobs. But now I don't, 1 job is enough.
The opportunities are endless, and as far as you want to go, as long as you continue to seek the education, which we have.
Gig economy. I was like the queen of gig economy. But yeah, this feels much more secure and like a career. Joining a union, you have so much security behind you and a lot of benefits.
Very good competitive starting salaries, not only to mention the benefits packages that come with those, the annuities, the pensions that come with those also, things that you don't really think about until later on in life.
The 401k, pension, the vacation, it's all in there.
And if you're working just as a contractor, you don't have any of that.
Many of the members in our company in the trades have been with us for 30 years or more, not only building projects, but building lifelong friendships.
I'm a team player, so when things get done on the job, I look forward to taking a look back and seeing what I did.
A crew of 5 or 6 employees will do 2 miles worth of road and be able to drive that and say, I did this. I put my hard work, my blood, sweat, and tears into doing this job, and they're proud of it.
The outlook is bright, and we're looking for young people to bring in new ideas and new energy into the construction trades.
Time to build your future? Learn more about pre-apprentice programs and apprenticeship opportunities. Visit the Building Futures Rhode Island website at bfri.org.
I would like to now share with you a short video on a young man who was previously justice involved, and he is now providing living testimony that he was able to benefit greatly from the Building Futures Rhode Island program. In fact, he is employed by Building Futures Rhode Island. So I hope you enjoy this following video, and I hope it will inspire each of you to consider getting involved into the Building Futures Rhode Island program. If you are a hands-on individual, you will enjoy working outdoors and working collectively as a team member.
Lamar Wilburn completed Building Futures Inside in January. Just graduated from the community-based pre-apprentice program 2 weeks ago, and he's currently being employed here at Building Futures.
Good morning, everybody. Glad to see you guys come. So, upon graduating, Ian had asked me if I'd be willing to speak at this today, and I told him absolutely. I had no problem with it. Rachel had asked me if I needed to write a speech, and I told her, nah, I don't need to write a speech. Because I was asked to tell my story, so I'm willing to do that to you guys. You guys seem like you're in for the right reasons. So to give you an idea of the impact that this program can have for somebody, I'll tell you about myself a little bit. I was born and raised in Massachusetts, Southeast Mass. Spent time in Rhode Island as well, bouncing around. Single mother, father in and out of prison, struggling with drugs. Mother couldn't work. So I ran the streets easily. Spent most of my juvenile years in and out of juvenile halls until I aged out at 18. And then at 18 years old, I was home for about 9-10 months. And then I was incarcerated at that time and sentenced to 35 years. I did 13 years in prison where making a name and worried about the wrong things was what consumed me. So for the most part, the first 7-8 years, I was a knucklehead. Went to Max. Now Max is a big reason because I met a correctional officer named Cavallo and got in trouble. He couldn't do nothing for me at that time. So I go through high security, I make it through medium. I finally make parole after almost 12 years. And they sent me to minimum. So the idea was for me to go to minimum because, you know, I needed to learn life skills. I never had a job before, I never worked before. So I get to minimum, and the correctional officer, Cavallo, from maximum, he's now a lieutenant at that building. So he sits me down, he asks me what I plan on doing with my life. I say, I don't know. I said, one of my boys, he has a job doing vinyl siding. I might do that, you know, get a paycheck when I get out. So he told me he'd be willing to introduce me to some people that have a program going on called Building Futures, help get you into the trade, get you a reasonable wage and whatnot. So before I started the class, he introduced me to Kevin Landry. Had asked me if I'd help him install a tool shed and put a door in and do all this grown man work that I ain't never did before. So he asked me if I know how to read a tape measure. I said, nah, I don't know how to read no tape measure. So he shows me how to read a tape measure. He asked me if I know what a shim was. I said, nah, bro, I don't know what no shim is either. So he started showing me things little by little. But I worked hard for him. I was willing to learn. So he told me this afterwards, that after that first day of work, and he had told Cavallo and the captains in there that every day that he comes into work, that I better be up there with him. So that's what happened. But in about a month before my class started, I was up there with him every day, helping. So my class started, do 10 weeks, where it's all hands-on training in the mornings, and then in the afternoons, you're in the classroom learning about the trades, as well as learning about, you know, what a pension is and what an annuity is and retirements and whatnot. And they talking about numbers that I ain't never heard brought into my household, because neither one of my parents had graduated from high school, you know? So I took an interest in it, because that sounded like, you know, real legit money that I don't have to be worried about. So I was eager, very eager. And so I finished my class. The same lieutenant, he had me working in the buildings and on the facilities doing maintenance and rehabbing jobs around the DOC. And I had asked Kevin, I said, do you mind if it's okay with Cavallo that after I graduate, if I come up here and keep helping you guys so I could stay steady with being in front of, you know, a master carpenter and get more hands-on experience, because that's the best way to learn. You can only learn so much in a book, at least for me. And he said, yeah. Calls me Big Dog. He said, absolutely, Big Dog, no problem. So they get me back up there. So I, when the third cohort started, because I graduated the third class started, and I assisted them in that class with helping show the other students how to, you know, read their tape measures and make cuts. And we're doing a lot of taping. It was a whole lot of taping and sanding. So we're showing them how to do that. And then I was granted parole and I was being released. And on the day that I was being released, they happened to be having class that day too. So tells you, it took me 12 years to find that program. And I can honestly tell you, I'll be the voice from the inside. There is no help in there. There isn't. If I didn't find this program, I didn't, like how she said, she had meaningless jobs she was bouncing around with. I didn't know what kind of job I was gonna do. And the chances of finding a job that was willing to take me with my convictions and whatnot, I wasn't feeling too confident. So that program is the best thing they have going in there. I promise you that. Because other than that, they're gonna take you and put you in a program doing yoga or like, you know, like nothing that's gonna hold any type of meaning in it. So for me to sit for the first 12 years before I was introduced to Kevin and Ian and get to understanding about what Building Futures presents, it was amazing. Upon being released, they haven't let me move a bit. I've been here every day since I've gotten released from prison. Every day. I got out on a Wednesday, that following Monday I was here. And they've paid me a good wage to help here and work here until I get placed. I finished my 5 weeks on this August 2nd, I believe it was. But a date more important than that was June 18th was the first paycheck I ever received in my life. took a picture of it, sent it to my mother. She was living in Indianapolis at the time, and she was happy. She cried, but that's their work, you know. That's the narrative that they're pushing and that they're helping with. And they fought hard for me. The system on the inside, it'll fail us a lot. Like somebody like myself, I sat for 13 years. 2 weeks before I was being released, a discharge planner met with me and said, "We didn't even know you were leaving." So they didn't have my EBT set up. They didn't have my ID. They didn't have any of that for me. So who I called Nick. He works here. I said, yo, I need help. They don't got nothing set up for me when I get out. So we'll see what we could do. I called Building Futures for everything. Everything. They helped with my transition. Crazy. I can't even explain it. So that's why when Ian asked me if I speak, I said absolutely. Because I don't, like I said, there's no better program than what they're doing with Building Futures inside. And if you guys want to see, like my community that I come from, if you want to see it change, then they're the ones to invest in. They're the ones to build with, because they're going to make a change. Because those 5 graduates that she says that's working, I was in contact with all of them while they was in there doing it. Then once they was released, and that showed me that like, yo, this is something I could really give my time to, because the proof is in the pudding. You see a bunch of programs come in and say they could do this for you, they could do that for you, then upon your release, you'll never hear from them. They stay on top of us. Nick will call you every day if he has to. You see what I'm saying? And so it was an easy choice. And I hope it's an easy choice for you guys to build something strong with them and continue this work, because this work is beautiful. Because the same way I was in contact with them, I still have friends that contact me about what I'm doing now. And they hear what I'm doing, and they see that I'm waiting to get right to work, and they're talking about doing it next. And that's really what it's about, honestly.